Okay, folks, it's your buddy Mike Messier. Just saw the film Babygirl, or as I might call it, we watched Nicole Kidman get fucked. Now, we've been seeing movies like this for 30 years, if not more, going back. Dead Calm, To Die For, Eyes Wide Shut. It's the variation of a theme, and the theme is Nicole Kidman gets fucked, as in has sex. Now, she's actually probably my favorite actress. I've just enjoyed her work. I like the fact that unlike a Malin Ackerman or a Julia Roberts, Nicole, for the most part, has not placated to the audience. She hasn't played the romantic comedy bimbo. She's played challenging roles and so forth. I think of all the Nicole Kidman movies I've seen, and there's still some ones that I haven't seen that I would like to see. I think there's one with my buddy there, Miles Teller. I never saw the one where she played Virginia Woolf. But Australia was a dud. I walked out on that one. And Bewitched with her, I believe it was her and what's his name, Will Ferrell, stunk. But other than that, so many great movies. Of course, I do Eyes Wide Shut, although that was really more of a Tom Cruise vehicle. Nicole was in it. She looked so pretty in that movie. And, you know, to be honest, I think part of Nicole Kidman's appeal, at least to me, is just her beauty, her thin, wiry self, her luminescent eyes. Birthday Girl. This is Babygirl. There was Birthday Girl. The Others, which I think is a horror movie that people don't discuss. It came out right around 9/11. That's a great movie. I think probably her best acting, actually. The Others. But she's really my favorite actress. And yes, that's accurate. So I knew going into this film that this is, you know, mid-aged woman. I mean, I hate to say it, but middle-aged woman fucks a younger man, and we take it from there. And this movie, if you ever saw the movie from 20 years ago or so, I believe the lady's name is Diane Lane. I don't want to say Diane Ladd. I get them mixed up, but Diane Lane, very attractive woman, also played a middle-aged woman who has an affair. Her husband is played by Richard Gere, and some pretty boy plays the fuck boy. And that one, we're getting into the spoilers portion of our show, folks. By the way, I did get a birthday drink from Cinemark Theaters tonight, and I got a sugar-free soda. Now, the thing with sugar-free soda is that the chemicals that replace the sugar are actually worse than just getting sugar. So I got some type of cream soda variant. Birch's, like I think it was like a raspberry or some sort thing, cream soda. But I only filled like at 40% of my cup. And I really went through it quickly. And then I wanted to go get back and get more beverage. And the lobby was closed. So I sat there parched for the rest of the film. So lesson learned, folks. You have to fill your beverage cup when you can. Going back to that movie, what was that called? The one with Diane Lane or Ladd and Richard Gere, Unfaithful, I think it was called. That's a really good movie. That movie, I think, was better than this one. This one is very hypnotizing. The young actor, Harris Dickinson, I didn't recognize his name, but I believe he was the same actor who played David Von Erich in The Iron Claw. And if you've seen my interview with the gentleman, nice guy, Kevin was his first name, who played Kevin Anton, actually, I believe is his name. I interviewed him twice for One Pro Wrestling and Sports Fan YouTube channel, who played Harley Race in the film. I was trying to get an interview with this Harris Dickinson fellow, and it never happened. I think I wrote to his management, and they did not write back. They did not give a flying fuck about me. So, in any regard, this young man is, you know, as an actor, what a dream gig to fuck Nicole Kidman. Now, granted, they're not actually fucking, they're acting and so forth, but still, kissy face, touch. Okay, when this movie got going, I knew the opening scene, spoilers, should you see the movie, should you not? Yeah, go see it. If you like Nicole Kidman, see it. If you're looking for like a real satisfying film, I don't think they stuck the landing. I think this is one of those things where the movie kind of cops out with 10 minutes left. It is kind of a female fantasy, and I'll get into that. This is basically the movie that feels like a woman who watched, what's the Mr. Grey movies? 50 Shades of Grey. Like, this is the repercussion of that. And it's like, okay, I knew when this movie got going, the opening scene is Nicole having sex with her husband, played by Antonio Banderas. Now, we have not seen, at least I haven't seen Antonio in a big movie in a while, so it's nice to see him in this thing. But it's like, this is just how fragile women are. You can't even have, Antonio Banderas is not good enough for these women. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm fucking, now I know it's blurring the fiction and nonfiction, but in this fictional scenario, you couldn't have a woman satisfied. Oh, she's got the 2 kids. She's got Antonio. That's not good enough. Need to fuck the intern boy. Need to fuck the pool boy on top of it. Woke? Is it woke? Well, we have a lesbian daughter in the film. The couple has 2 young daughters. One's probably 18 or 20 years old. And of course, the daughter is a lesbian. Of course, check mark. We have, I mean, I guess you wouldn't, I don't know. I don't know what things are anymore. Is Antonio Banderas, a Mexicali or a Mexican gentleman or a Spaniard? I don't know. Is he married to the Australian Nicole Kidman character? Is that an interracial couple or not? I don't know. Who the fuck knows? I mean, the kids all seem kind of pasty white. Then but of course, the next female lead is of, shall we say, African-American descent. Because that's what I've noticed with these films that are mostly Caucasian casts. When they can, they'll shoehorn in a person of color. Now you say, well, what do you mean by shoehorned? Well, just see the goddamn movies and you'll see what I'm saying. You know what I mean? It's check those boxes, folks. That's fine. I don't give a shit. The young actress was fine. The movie's fine. It's just, the thing about this movie that I knew was going to happen was, I just knew, and it did. I knew, telling myself, as soon as this thing is unfolding, that Nicole Kidman's character, whatever the fucking name was, is cheating on her husband with this young stud boy. I knew that the husband character is going to have a scene in the movie towards the end where he finds out and he freaks out and he yells and he screams, and then 20 minutes later he forgives her. I just knew that would fucking happen. Because especially with the male getting cheated on dynamic, I'm going to shut this door because people are coming out of the theater now. I don't want to give them my insights because maybe I'll ruin the movie if they didn't see this movie. But I just know that with these movies these days, if the male gets cheated on, he gets to have one scene where he's angry and he yells and he screams. But then 20 minutes later, he has to forgive. He has to forgive and he has to accept. And everything's fine. Oh, you cheated on me. You bitch. You ruined our family. And then 20 minutes later, I love you. It was my fault. I forgive you. It's just such half-assed horse shit. There's never any goddamn repercussions in these films for these people getting cheated on, especially if it's the man getting cheated on. Going back to one, like I said, it's a better movie than this one overall. The Unfaithful movie, I think it was called. The Richard Gere character gets cheated on by his wife. So what does he do? He goes to confront the other man, and spoiler, the movie's 20 years old, but he ends up killing the other guy. By accident, of course. It's never intentional. He didn't intentionally kill the fucking guy. It's an accident. So then they cover it up. So there's no repercussions for the woman that cheats. And there's no repercussions for the Richard Gere husband role, except he has to live with the guilt of killing a man. Just the stud boy is the one that pays the price with his life. Look at my wonderful cat, by the way. I painted that cat. Now, in this movie, the stud boy gets to go to Japan. Nicole Kidman gets her strings pulled by the African-American, if we dare say that, employee. And lo and behold, as fucking predicted, but even in less time than I predicted, I thought it'd be 20 minutes later. It's more like 12. That the Antonio Banderas is back to simping. Get the fuck out! I can't believe this shit. He gets all excited and his Latino blood is boiling when he finds out his wife's been fucking this young man. And then they fight and they tussle. And then he has like a heaving attack. And the guy that just banged his wife for the whole movie is helping the guy get through it. Of course, because they're all coming together. But 12 minutes later, Antonio is finger banging his wife from behind, just like the young stud boy did. So what's the moral of all this? Basically, it's the man's fault, the husband's fault, for not fucking his wife good enough so that she running into the arms of another man. That's the lesson. Just once in these goddamn, person cheated on the other person movie, I'd like to see the spouse that gets cheated on get some real goddamned revenge. Chop their fucking heads off with a hatchet. You know what I mean? Like, do something that a real person would do. Don't just fucking forgive. Who gives a shit? I mean, to me, it's so goddamn unrealistic. Or just file for a fucking divorce like everybody else. Or get separated. You know what I mean? I just don't understand it. That what's the fucking point of this? Oh, she got her fucking menopause pussy hot and bothered with this pool boy. She gets to fuck around for the whole movie. Antonio Banderas has to direct the play. He could have banged the lead actress at any given time. But he just accepts it that he couldn't get his fucking business wife all moist anymore because he didn't want to play the fucking role-playing games that she wanted to play with the pillow and all this horse shit. So he just has to simp out. There was another movie like that. Oh, I saw the movie. It was third place or fourth place or silver. Was it called Bronze? It was a good movie about not figure skating, like competitive. It was a comedy. And it was that actress that's in a lot of stuff. Nobody saw this movie. I found it on Amazon Prime or some such horse shit. I think it's called Bronze, about this bronze medalist. And she hooks up with the guy, the boring guy, the simp. And then she has a little rendezvous towards the end of the movie where she gets fucked by some other guy. And of course the simp just welcomes her back. I'm just getting a little ticket. What's the lesson here? Now, this particular film that I just saw, Babygirl, it's female director. So that's what I'm getting at. It's a female fantasy to be a bad girl and then be forgiven. You had your little goddamn fling, but of course you just had to because you have all these goddamn demons, and then you get forgiven and you go back to your mundane husband and your 9-to-5 vanilla sex life. Just once, I'd like to see just someone have some goddamn integrity. One of these people that are getting cheated on, just say, okay, you cheated on me, the marriage is over. Sorry. I mean, if you don't love me, if you don't respect me, it's over, cunt. Why can't one goddamn character do that? You know what I mean? It's just so frustrating. Because I just leave the theater with its emptiness. You know what I mean? Like, it just feels like they just took the easy way out. Like, the hard thing would be add another 10 minutes to the movie and let's really get down and dirty with these issues. But now the empowerment is, women, they can fuck around and it's all fair. And the guy is such a goddamn loser. He just has to accept it. Or why doesn't Banderas go out and get some hooker for the night just to say that they're even? Or why doesn't he make her do some degrading shit for him? You know what I mean? I just want to see some goddamn reality in these things. But nope, it's all, she gets to fuck around. She gets to go to the seedy hotel and fuck the fucking guy. And he just has to bring her back home and eat the popcorn like nothing matters. Mike Messier, MikeMessier.com. People should goddamn produce the fucking scripts I write because they're better than this horse shit.